The Lakers roll into Oklahoma City with a lot of pressure on them in the standings, and they deliver their probably most impressive performance of the season as they beat OKC by 27 points. They built up a 29-point lead in that first half and were really never threatened, guys. Not sure what was more impressive for me. Was it that first half scoring 78 points, building up that lead, tying a franchise-high record with 15 threes, or was it the way they handled that third quarter in a mature way and didn't let OKC back in the game? Season high 22 threes, and for the 12th time this season, James, holding OKC under 100 points. Impressive.
Yeah, I have to say it was. It was impressive. Timely victory, a timely, decision to realize where you are in the standings and how important these games are going out against the best team in the West. And, your sense of urgency was there from the beginning, and they got the lead in the third, and it remained there. I thought the swarming defense on Shea early in the game, he couldn't get easy shots. No one really could. The defense was in help mode. And then, Luka doing what he does, finding guys for open threes. Is franchise high?
We tied a franchise high in the first half, season high 22.
So, and it was all due to, really good execution and rebounding. I thought Vinny Smith, again, demonstrating that, he's going to be a productive guy off the bench, along with Gabe Vincent. So a good collective effort. And then you said the third quarter where we've been, failing to hang on to the leads. I thought they came out with, a sense of urgency in the third. And it got away from them a little bit, but they were able to, hold off and maintain their lead and get the victory.
By the way, sorry, James, it tied a franchise high, 22 threes.
I know it was up there.
Pretty impressive performance.
Yeah, no, it was from start to finish. I mean, in a 48-minute game, there's going to be ups and downs in your performance, some breakdowns defensively, a couple bad offensive possessions here or there, but you have to give the Lakers credit for going in with a really, true business-like mindset of wanting to win this game. Their sense of urgency was greater than the Thunder, and that's how
more at stake.
That's how both teams played. They had to win this game in a sense. That wasn't on the table for OKC, but that doesn't change. You still have to go out there and do your job, and I thought the Lakers did that. To me, you could tell the Thunder also, a lot of the whistles that they are accustomed to getting, you don't get those against the Lakers. You just don't. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of it. There's more guys whose names we recognize on the Lakers than on OKC Thunder. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of the NBA. And I thought they fell into that trap a little bit today as the game turned. They did get focused on the officials and expecting calls. Lakers just kept playing, took care of business.
Yeah, for the first time, OKC since November has lost back-to-back games. That was after winning 12 in a row. They still hold a one-game lead over Cleveland for the best record in the league. Perez, let's get your comments as we look at the Lakers' threes. 15 in the first half, which ties a franchise record for most threes in a half. 78 points in the half was the most OKC gave up all year, and the Lakers really took it to them. You heard Luka talk about kind of JJ's message before the game. 8 different guys hit threes. DFS, I thought Dorian Finney-Smith, Doe, and Gabe were huge off the bench, 4 each as well. And like James said in Fish, the ball was moving, and they were executing.
I can't tell you enough how much this team in just a few short months has completely reconfigured itself. They're fun to watch, and defensively, they out-thundered the Thunder today. You and I talked on the pregame show, Al and I talked on the pregame show about how good OKC has been defensively. They force a ton of turnovers. They get a ton of points off turnovers. They're number 1 in steals, number 2 in block shots. Today, the Lakers were clearly the more dominant team defensively. That was fun to watch, start to finish. Only one other game has shocked me as much as this. When they went into Denver at the end of February, won by 23. Let this be a lesson to the entire NBA. The Lakers are absolutely a championship contender going into these good cities, these good teams, and destroying them on their home court.
And I'll say this, James, as we kind of go from the three-pointers, which are more fun to talk about on the offense and the ball moving, to really the defense is a huge story in this game. I mean, Fish mentioned it. They played good defense without fouling a lot. They also out-rebounded OKC by now. Now, obviously, that had a lot to do with the way the Lakers were shooting, but the Lakers' attention to detail, and you could just tell from the start of the game, their activity defensively, the way they were rotating, they were dialed in this game, and they had to be. They had to be with 5 games left, the pressure going on in the standings. This was a game, as Fish said, they had to get.
I think they realized that, look, as well as they are offensively and they can get shots, you're not going to get this amount of threes a lot, but I thought they were very aware of what they had to do defensively. Starting with Shea, they shadowed him and they played good defense, forced him into the help. He took some tough shots in the first half that were, he makes a lot of them, but he was under duress. And I thought the rotations were good. I thought the collective rebounding was pretty good. There was a moment there where they gave up some extra possession, but I think that was due to the long shots, the long three, and the long rebounds that were coming out. But to have that sustained in the third quarter was most important, and that's where they've been kind of slacking off a little bit when they get these big leads. But I thought they were able to sustain the defense and not give Oklahoma anything easy, collectively. They usually get a lot of shots. Jalen, Shea, they get a lot of, players involved. But I just thought the Lakers defense was really good today. They moved very well, rotated well, communicated well, and they got the win.
The biggest thing about OKC and what makes them lethal with SGA, as an MVP candidate is how many times he gets to the free throw line individually on a night-to-night basis, which allows them to set the number 1 ranked defense in the league more often because he's at the free throw line 10 to 12 plus times per game. They shot 12 free throws total in this game tonight as a team, and SGA was 0 free throw attempts.
Looking for 14 on Tuesday night.
So again, those things aren't the norm. The Lakers won't normally hit 22 threes.
Yeah.
I would say the one thing that we want to look forward to in terms on Tuesday is, he'll probably get to the free throw line on Tuesday. The Lakers did have 17 turnovers, 22 points conceded off those turnovers. That's a more normal stat for OKC.
Yeah.
That's an area, if there's anything the Lakers want to circle, that's the area they want to circle to come back and try and get a win on Tuesday.
Yeah.
These wins are so important because when you look at the standings coming into today, 3 through 8 in the West, separated by a game and a half, with 5 games to play, 4 games for some teams. So to go into OKC, and please excuse my confusion, OKC was favored by 9.5. And the Lakers absolutely blew the doors off this game early, stayed on top of them. The maturity in the second half, Geet, like you talked about a few minutes ago by the Lakers, just absolutely tamping down the OKC Thunder. Huge win, absolutely huge.